But can you problem solve? Well, if you're a mother with 1 point so and so kid, you already know how to problem solve. Right? If you're managing a household, you already understand decision making. If you're managing a household, you already understand budgeting. Right? If you are managing any kind of household, you already understand unexpected crisis and how to manage that. All right, so there's already a lot of things. The thing that you have to keep in mind is that those things aren't separate events. What you learned in that setting is completely transferable to the other setting because it's the same process. All right, the exact same process. So what you begin to look at is what are the things that I know that I can do, right? Make sure people both know and understand that. I know how to problem solve. I know how to make decisions. I know how to do a budget. I know how to pull resources together. I know how to respond to unexpected events. I know how to do all of those things. So, how do you do them here? To unlock your leadership potential, start with the stuff that you already know. Because that's your conversation. Someone said, well, no one should ever be able to say to you, well, there's a lot of problem solving decision making that goes on this road. You've never done that. That's a lie. You have. They're just defining, they say you haven't done it in this context. But I've done it in the context of life. And there is a decision-making process that everyone has access to because of life experience. Right? And that skill is completely transferable into a leadership role in any kind of institutional setting. Go right ahead.
As one is assessing themselves, they really should, as they're acknowledging what they know, they should also acknowledge there's always room for growth.
Absolutely.
And when you approach things from, I can always learn something more, people are more willing to work with you.
Absolutely. Because
they're teaching you, and they're learning from you as you are learning from them. So you're working together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Figure out what you know, what you can do, and then what you need to learn. All right? And from whom? And from whom? As annoying as he can be on any given day, my 25-year-old son is a great teacher of this whole social technology stuff. All right? Now he's impatient. I said, well, son, how do you do this? Dad, it's so simple.
Right. They don't have patience at all.
So I got to teach him patience.
Right.
But he's teaching me how to use this stuff. All right? And he's happy to do it. He doesn't charge me like he used to. But he's happy to do that.
But along with that, you are open.
I'm open to it.
To learning and acknowledging you don't know everything.
Exactly.
So that makes him feel good. He can teach you.
It doesn't lessen my role in his eyes. In fact, I think it elevates it. All right, so here's a chance to teach the old man something that he didn't know. So I have to remain open to those kinds of things. And so I carry that into my profession because I'm always encountering individuals who can teach me something. Not just teach me, she's teaching me a lot of stuff. All right, just about this whole process here. So, do you have a so-and-so and so-and-so? I sent her a note back going, I don't know what you're talking about. And so she called. This is what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
And we have the opportunity of being able to do that similar kind of thing in our classes.
Exactly.
With our students. And it creates a different relationship when they realize they have some knowledge that they can share with us, especially with this college having such a diversity of students, ages, backgrounds of experience. Yeah. Many of them are working full-time jobs. And so when I made the decision to upgrade to a new iPhone, I used my dual enrollment students.
Yeah.
I said, okay, what phones do you have? What do you like about them? What don't you like about them? Mm-hmm. And then made a choice based on that and my own research online.
Yeah.
But just the fact that I asked them, they were more than happy.
More than happy to engage.
To share.
Absolutely. Right? What should I be thinking about? Sometimes they'll take it too far, and here's how you can download some illegal music.
Well, they gave some of those reasons.
Yes, they did. All right, and here's the other thing. Who do you know? Who do you know? You have a broader network than you realize. All right, because you went to college with certain individuals that you're still in touch with whom you're still in touch. Oftentimes you don't tend to think of them as a resource. All right, friends that you grew up with, you don't tend to think of them as a resource. People that you meet at church, don't tend to think of them as a resource. Because you think of them as that's just people that I know. That's good old Uncle Charlie from back in the day. Well, Uncle Charlie runs his own business. He's got string of cleaners, and he may have been drunk back then, but there's some things he learned in that time. But in my mind, good old drunk Charlie. So we meet, we talk, and I keep forgetting that, oh yeah, you have a string of laundromats and dry cleaning business. You're a successful businessman, Charlie. God, yeah, Charlie knows it. And in that context, Charlie also knows other people. Who do you know? Your network is a lot bigger than you realize in terms of trying to start to get at this whole what leadership means, and the individuals whom you can access who are successful, who can give you insight and share patterns about things that you do. You have family members, right? You have successful family members we don't think of as family members because we slept with them growing up. So they can't be that important. They can't know anything. You know, they can't cook, or they like barbecue chicken or something like that. But gee, I just realized you're director of human resources at a particular organization. Why wasn't I thinking of you like that? Because you're my sister. So I'm not thinking about you like that. But she's got a network that she can access. All right. So who do you know becomes important in terms of rounding out this quadrant, looking at what you already know, what you can do. What are some of the things you need to learn, and then who do you know who can help you with that process? All right. So you start to seek, you look for opportunities. And I'll be the first to tell you, opportunities are abundant in an organization. There's always unfinished stuff. There's always tasks that haven't been addressed. There are always opportunities waiting for someone to come along and take advantage of them. And so often you don't have to look outside of the organization, because we'll talk about that one in a minute. But inside of the organization, there are always things left undone. Always things left undone. And then we often refer to them as hanging fruit. I'll get to that in a second. So what do you want to do? You got to learn this. I use the word business. All right, in business, the organization. You got to know how it ticks, how it thinks. Know it both internally as well as externally. All right? It has a structure to it. How does that structure operate? It has divisions to it. How do those divisions operate? What's the interplay from one division to the next, from one department to the next? And who are the individuals responsible for making that interplay positive? All right? What's some of the politics behind that interplay? I need to understand the organization as an organization. So, and a lot of the stuff, once you start to learn, you start to practice behind the scenes. The informal aspect of being able to go and ask questions. I have found that when you ask an individual about who they are and the role that they're in, 95% of the time they love to talk about it. They love to talk about it. Because no one's asking them. And to have someone's undivided attention and not have to pay them. Right? People love to talk. Once you kind of practice yourself, then demonstrate it out in the open. All right? Don't hide it. And if you're practicing giving feedback, demonstrate it out in the open. Give someone some feedback. All right? Learn the feedback process and then provide that. And sometimes you got to take on an uncomfortable task. Those are the things that's kind of sitting around in an organization that nobody wants to address, but the organization hopes somebody will begin to take over. So we typically call these things low-hanging fruit. It's just stuff it's already there. You don't have to look for it. It's right there in front of you. Sometimes they're referred to as easy pickings, low risk, high yield, no expiration date. They're just kind of sitting there. They're just sitting there waiting for someone, sitting there dormant, waiting for someone to say, I think I'll take on that challenge. What I have found, that nobody typically fights you on it. If you don't say anything about that's what you're doing, just go ahead and get it done. When it's done, people will thank you, but most of the time people don't get in the way of it. You want to take on that task as well as doing your own job and get it done? Yeah, people, they'll be happy for it, they'll reward you for it. The things, some of the greatest things that's going on. So you look for those kinds of opportunities. You ask yourself, what does this opportunity represent? What need am I trying to take care of? Years and years ago, when I worked at Michigan State, I worked in what was known as the housing department.